Hi, my name's Mike and welcome to Lent Below the Line. For 47 days I am going to be living below the food poverty line of the world, which is £1 a day. Doing this for two reasons really. The first one is to highlight to myself exactly what that means, as well as to educate everyone else that's coming along with me on this journey. I'm going to be recording a daily blog just so that people can have an idea of the impact it has on myself, who I am, and as well as raise awareness on what's going on. So the reason why I'm doing this, first video I filmed was all singing, all dancing, lots of pop-ups, lots of imagery, great, but it kind of wasn't honest enough. So going back to the old school way of doing things, a bit of paper. So some statistics for you. 13 million people in the UK live below the poverty line. So 13 million people, that's what? How big's the UK population and that sort of thing. So I've done some maths for you. Don't worry, little grey cells. It's the population of Greater Manchester, Merseyside, Birmingham, Inner London, Outer London, all added together, and then that's not quite enough, so there's a couple of 100,000 missing that we'd need to add on there. But just thinking about those cities and those areas, that's a lot of people. I mean, out of those 13 million people, 4 million live below the food poverty line. So that's 4 million people, Greater Manchester and Merseyside added together, plus another couple of 100,000. It's, that's massive. These are people that can't afford to eat properly, are living in food poverty. 500,000 of those, 500,000 rely on food aid. So that's food banks, meal vouchers, they're reliant on that. And it's not a case of them saying, well, I'll have to buy a cheaper tin of beans. It's people going, I can't afford the beans. So I'm thinking, so what's that in relation to me? It's not my fault, there's not much I can do about it, until you think a year, an average household without children wastes £470. With children, that's £700. The average household wastes that. That's £60 a month. That's saying to people that are surviving on £1 a day, I waste 3 times more than you spend on food. I waste 3 times more than you spend on food. That's huge. Because of course I'm eating on top of that. So, what I'm asking, while I take you on this journey with me, is that I'm also asking for some sponsorship. The money raised will go to a place called Hope Corner, which runs the food bank in Runcorn and Widnes. Runcorn's my hometown, for those that didn't know. And I was going to do it for Manchester, where I live, but Manchester unfortunately doesn't have a centralised food agency or food bank. So with your sponsorship, I'm hoping to give back and help those people that need it in the UK. Just on the world figures, it's about 50% of the world lives below the food poverty line. Every other person lives below the food poverty line. Whew. So, with the the idea of sponsorship, I've got a Just Giving page set up, I've got a text number, and I'm also asking people to share the hashtag. So they'll pop up in a few moments at the end of this video. So Wednesday, first Wednesday in March, beginning of Lent, is day one. It's going to be tricky, living on £1 a day, considering, you know, my cigarette cost is £4 a day. That's before my breakfast, which is normally about £3, and my lunch was about £2.50, and then, you know, the occasional takeaway every other evening. So, yeah, thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll all learn something and do some good. Thank you.